So we are very happy to have Henry here with us. As you know, Cantina is one of the most desired names in contract auditing today. And we're going to ask Henry, how did they get there? So I see some competition joining the room. Watch out, Henry. They're coming to hear you pitch. All right, so let's kick it off. So could you tell us a little bit about Cantina for people that don't know you, who you are?
Yeah, totally. And again, nice to meet everyone here. Name's Henry, just one of the core team members at Spearbit Labs Cantina. So I'll use Spearbit Labs and Cantina interchangeably. It's honestly the same company at the end of the day. What's helpful to understand is kind of starting back in terms of how Spearbit Labs started, and then I think the story of Cantina and what we do will make a lot of sense. So Spearbit Labs, our core founding team actually created the Solidity compiler during EF. And quickly after creating the compiler, they realized that there was an industry-wide challenge in providing high-quality services, security services, at affordable rates and at scale. So what we did then was we ended up creating Cantina, an open security marketplace in which projects, protocols can request virtually, literally any type of security service, anything from Web 2 work, architecture reviews, cloud reviews, pen testing, key management, audits, bug bounties, and much more. So yeah, that was a little bit about Cantina.
I'm very tempted to ask about compiler, but I will put it aside. And I will ask you, what is your secret sauce? Why everybody wants you? Why everybody wants Cantina now?
Yeah, I think the thing about Cantina, the secret sauce is there's the Web3 industry is evolving, and so with that, a lot of Web3 services and solutions are evolving as well. And what we see right now is there's a lot of point-in-time solutions, meaning that there are auditors, there are bug bounty providers, there are insurance providers, but they're all fragmented across the entire industry. The secret sauce of our platform or company is that we're looking at this holistically. We want to approach the entire security market, and we want to bring that all under one platform, which is Cantina. So I think that's what really differs us from a lot of other companies and other firms today, is that we have Web 2 researchers, we have Web 3 researchers, we also have researchers that come from government entities as well.
Impressive, very interesting approach. So I wanted to ask you about this optimization. I was looking up, what you guys doing, and I saw on several websites that optimization approach comes up, and I suspect that it has to do something with this compiler of yours.
Oh, sorry, the optimization.
Optimization, that you have developed some kind of optimization, optimized approach in auditing versus others.
Gotcha. Yeah, so that's kind of talking about the end-to-end aspect. So really, when people ask me what Cantina is, it's really, when you think about developing a product or protocol, it's really the same development life cycle. Whether you're building a SaaS, building a protocol, it's a development life cycle at the end of the day. Now, if you think about where protocols are within the software development life cycle, let's say they're building the MVP, they're getting ready for mainnet, or they're post mainnet. In Cantina, you can get any security service regardless of where you are within that software development life cycle. So if you're in the early stages of building a MVP, we have things like code advisory, we have things like architecture reviews to help you build if you don't have a security team or security point of contact. If you are preparing for mainnet, that's usually when a lot of projects and protocols need audits, and then competitive audits as well, which is a hot topic. And then post mainnet, right? So in Web 2, we call it post-production. But here you can do bug bounties, insurance, multi-sig, and then incremental audits for new features and additions. So I believe when you say optimize the auditing experience or approach, that's kind of what we're referring to, is bringing it all under one platform.
Got it. Well, it's a lot of added value. I'll take you back to the compiler again, because we see the trend in security audits today, and your colleagues are here, might confirm that we see that lots of AI tools are being used, and that's where I'm thinking about the compiler. And then you somehow create a combo of manual auditing or manual QA with AI tools. So how does it work for you?
Yeah, so specifically just for the AI part, so I know crypto AI is a massive topic and like AI agents. There are some AI solutions when it comes to auditing today, and some of them are decent at finding really low level bugs, but in all honesty, a lot of them still need human in the loop interaction. So I think we're a lot closer than we think, but it's definitely not capable for like if you're building a DeFi protocol, like you need to get manual audits. I would not just rely on AI tools right now. They're great to test out and play with, but in all honesty, yeah, manual audits are still the way to go as of now.
Is there any kind of percentage you could share, like how much is audited by AI and how much is still human?
No, yeah, I actually cannot, but that's pretty interesting. I'm curious to understand, just to see percentage of code audited by AI, and then the differences as well.
Patrick, we have to invite Haken next time because they claim that they have very advanced AI audit.
Who is that?
Haken.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, the good old Haken. All right, so what we really would like to offer to the startups in audience and those that will listen to the recording is some advice. You get in a lot of lines of codes and you looking into different protocols. What advice can you give to founders, which will enable them to have a quicker and more efficient audits, or maybe have less audits altogether?
Yeah, that's a great question. I know audits are very expensive at the end of the day, so
yes.
A lot of firms try to reduce costs wherever, but in all honesty, if you're a founder and you're building a DeFi protocol, collaborate and work with your auditing firm, like very seriously. So we work with a lot of top EVM, new protocols that launched mainnet this year, few that everyone would recognize the names of. And every single protocol I meet with, they're like, we need to hit mainnet, right? Because some people are bashing them on crypto Twitter, so they need to hit mainnet. In all honesty, if you're working closely with your auditing firm, view them as a strategic partner and vendor, right? There are a lot of things and tools and tricks that we can utilize to help you ship to mainnet faster without making trade-offs on security. So whenever I meet with projects and they're like, look, we need to hit mainnet in like 4 weeks, but we don't, and they're trying to make trade-offs on security, that's when you should be working, collaborating, speaking and meeting with your auditing firms and vendors. Like, we're here to support you at the end of the day because we want you to be successful. So view them as a strategic vendor, not someone that's trying to extract or be malicious whatsoever.
That's good advice. Another thing comes to mind. People, most of the protocols, they create something, they send it to audit, and then when it comes back, they upgrade the application, they upgrade the app, they upgrade the protocol continuously. What happens to all this, ongoing edits? How often do they need to come into audit again?
Yeah, so in terms of how many times they need to come back to audit is very subjective, depending on how fast they're developing. But this is literally the case that I'm speaking about, is when protocols release incremental features and new additions, use your vendor. Maybe you want to use a new vendor for whatever reason, but if you're working very closely with the vendor, they're going to be familiar with your protocol, they're going to be familiar with your code, they're most likely going to have the resources that have the ability to look at that code, so utilize them, right? So this is exactly what I'm speaking about, is when you build a strategic relationship like this, those incremental additions and features will become just so much easier, and you don't have to fight for resources or look for resources.
Makes sense. So I have one last question because we're mindful of time. You need to go and we need to wrap it up. So we have noticed that you're doing a lot of bounties. You're doing a lot of community engagement. Like I heard from Phil Fogel from Core Protocol, who's going to speak here tomorrow, that you're doing a bounty for them. So how did you come to this bounty hunting thing and how it works right now?
Yeah, so before, not too long ago, I mean, still now, traditional reviews and audits, they're still very much effective. But the auditing industry started experimenting. They basically wanted to gamify the whole experience for auditors. So then they basically opened up these. So when you have smart contracts that are open source, you basically host them, and you basically have a prize pool and you say, hey, researchers and hackers, go into my code and find bugs for a payout. So I think the driver was really gamifying the experience, as well as just making the audit experience a lot more effective. In all honesty, before I joined the auditing industry, I think audit competitions really got hot probably when I was here. But at first I was a bit hesitant because I was like, okay, how effective are these really, right? Like, you can't really guarantee participation. There's a lot of participation as well, and then like what's the most effective prize pool? But in all honesty, after looking at the data, it is absolutely insane at how effective these audit competitions are. We ran an audit competition for 60K, and when we compared that to a traditional audit for 60K, the number of severities and vulnerabilities that we found through the audit competition was just significantly different. Now, when you're reaching the 1 million plus amounts, obviously there's an aspect of that which is marketing and awareness. But yeah, I would say like audit competitions are very much effective.
I like it. I think it's very unusual. It's true innovation here, driven by Cantina, because we know that this kind of competitions took place initiated by the protocols themselves. But this is like a game changer where the auditor is driving it.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. So I think the key advice that we can take from our discussion with Henry today is auditor is not one-time stop. You want to make auditing firm your partners, your strategic partners, and this what will get your project to market on time and will support you and protect you from all the crazy things out there. Thank you so much, Henry, for making time and for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Good advice. Thank you.